Virgo. Profile. Dun, dun, ay, dun, dun, ay, dun, dun, ay. I saw that Eight of Swords. Yeah, I saw that Eight of Swords. Hey, yo, with the Ace of Wands. And it goes right back to Aries reading where you have people here who are trying to stop you, block you. Judgment. Now they're going to be an Eight of Swords. It's like being held prisoner. You got the Four of Cups here. It's like what was going on in Leo's reading. It's like now it's like people are being forced. Energies are being forced to watch you on your new path here. And they're mad. And that new path was consisted of Ten of Pentacles energy. If you saw the Leo reading. Wow. Wow. Didn't I just say, wow, Ten of Cups? I don't know if it was reversed or upright, but y'all saw that Ten of Cups. Okay, High Priestess. Wow. And that whole, I don't know if it was upright or reversed. Yeah, I feel like I'm picking up on other people's energy. Still hating, I guess. But it's like you knew, and I said this, that's the title of the Leo reading, A Prophecy is Coming to Pass. Who gives prophecies? High Priestess or High Priest energy? And we already starting the reading off like this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, is that the Ace of Swords? Wow. And this crow looks like she's married. She got the shield or the veil on her. That looks like the marriage, you know, when women get married. But this also can kind of, it reminds me of Virgo energy, of purity here as well. And then with the Ace of Swords, this is pure. So the wedding rings that were coming out, you know, twin flame, that could literally be what you're stepping into. Or this could literally just be an energy where you are now in a divine connection, commitment with higher power. You're married to a higher power here. And that's like the Lover's card. That's the death, that's the Devil card, and that's also the Hierophant card I was getting in Leo's reading, I believe it was. It's so crazy how calm, cool, and collected I am, because usually, I'm going to post that reading like on YouTube, but usually a reading like that, I would be extremely excited and hyped to post, like, you know, I guess some type of ego, type of energy, but I don't feel the ego. I'm still going to post it, but it's like, I don't feel the ego part of it. Like, I'm just posting it because I feel like I have to, but I just feel, I don't know. It's like one of those energies where, and I guess that's part of the ego death that was coming out with that Star card and the Death card after that. It's like an energy where you no longer have to try to prove yourself because, yeah, Ten of Cups is right here again, upright. So, yeah, it really wanted to come out. Eight of Pentacles, this is your work. Eight of Pentacles. Like, so you are being crowned, some of you, or however this manifests, but a prophecy has come to pass. It reminds me of the Libra reading I did 2 years ago also, where I was like, you are being chosen, or you are chosen to bring forth change to generations. That was 2 years ago. The same reading I got with Virgo energy, where they didn't want to respect you. So now watch them respect this tower. Those all occurred 2 years ago. And then I pulled out the scale from the Isis deck. And it's like, you know, the time scale thing with the sand, which is ancient. It's, wow, and the Ace of Pentacles is here for Swords. And I see the Four of Cups here as well. So forget whose reading it was. And I was getting connections with this Four of Swords and hiding or something like that. I think maybe an Aries reading. Can't recall, but here we go with this Ace of Pentacles again. split the deck, Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Speechless still. Speechless still. It's like your days of being blindfolded in the unknown, or just dealing with situations. Injustice, really, the Justice card in certain decks have, you know, the woman in the Justice card is blindfolded as well. So this just indicates that you have successfully completed initiation, being blindfolded. I'm hot. And we're back. Where do we start? I guess it's gonna have to be the Eight of Pentacles, because everything else is major arcanas, and you wouldn't have major arcanas if you wasn't putting in that work, or you didn't contribute to this in some type of way. This feels like you activated your Judgment. Wow. And the Hierophant. Wow. As I was about to say, it seems like you activated your Wheel of Fortune here, and we got the Judgment and the Hierophant. So let me go ahead and shuffle. Let's see what the Eight of Pentacles is, please, for Virgo. But I'm definitely getting completion and speechlessness. I'm speechless. Oh, oh, I'm speechless. I saw the Two of Pentacles, so you definitely turned something around. And around, and around, and around, and around. Late in the midnight hour, God's gonna turn it around. He's gonna work in your favor. Boom, boom, boom. Late in the midnight hour, God's gonna turn it around and around and around and around. What is the Eight of Pentacles? We got the Nine of Wands here. Yeah, you worked on your wounding, your hurtness, your triggers, traumas. We worked on your Chiron. Go ahead and refer to your Chiron placement. This is what you healed. Or this is what you actively have been putting in the work for, which you just been working on, man. Like, that's the best thing I can say about it. Like, you've been committed to working on this and healing. I think Cancer had this Nine of Wands energy, I believe. I think it did. It was reversed. And I was saying how Cancer needed to have that shit upright to get out of the Five of Cups with the Eight of Swords energy. And so here we have it, Virgo. And I even mentioned your energy in Cancer's reading. I said how Cancer, you know, you and Virgo go hand in hand. You got to be able to care. Your energy, Cancer, to do Virgo work. I said this in Cancer's reading. So it looks like you are doing just that. And have been. You know, maybe in that Cancer reading, you had one more blow to the ego. You had one more blow to your back. You get what I'm saying? You had one more task. And how you reacted to that was the ultimate test. I even think I mentioned a test. I did the entire Cancer reading. I said, study this, study that. Test this, test that, let go of this, and boom, graduation. I said all of these things in the Cancer reading. And here's the Empress. Here's the Moon, which is Cancerian energy. I'm also hearing Sagittarius, because Sagittarius energy is about soul searching and seeking a higher truth. Seeking the truth. I guess Sagittarius is the Wheel of Fortune, so that's where I'm getting that Sagittarius energy as well, which is just further confirmation that I am picking up on the energy properly. Who had birth? Leo's reading had birth. Who had pregnancy? Sagittarius' reading had pregnancy according to the moon messages that I did. And I'm mentioning the moon messages because the moon is here, clarifying the Ace of Swords. So in Sagittarius, like I said, is the Wheel of Fortune. That is also Pisces energy, which is connected to Neptune, which is why I see the Seven of Cups here. So I will put some respect on that name there. You did not block out those messages, and you did not stay down in this Four of Cups energy with this Queen of Wands reverse energy, with this Four of Wands reverse energy, with this Devil card reverse energy, with this Death card in the reverse energy, with this Nine of Cups. You did not stay down is my point. These are the very things that you have worked on and continuously worked on here. All of this entire stack. So just imagine this being homework, like I mentioned in Cancer's reading. You were giving all of these assignments to complete at a certain time frame. And it looks like you did just that. You answered the call. You went down uncharted territory. You dealt with certain things. You took L's, you made sacrifices, you tore down boundaries. It's like tearing muscle when going to the gym. You have constantly tore down hurt. You have constantly tore down muscle. You have constantly allowed weakness to leave the body. Pain is nothing but weakness leaving the body. And it looks like you have done just that. You have exercised your intuition. You have exercised your third eye. You have... And it feels like it feels like a higher power is literally speaking through me to say, these are your judgments. This is what you have done. You know, it's like taking things into account. It feels like I am doing that right now. And it's like some Anubis energy. You have done this, Virgo. You have done this, Virgo. You have done this and this and this and this. And the interesting thing, and I said, look at your Chiron placement. Interestingly enough, you rule Chiron, Virgo. You have mastered your shadow, which is Pisces. And we're all human, so there's only but so much mastery, right? We're not perfect, but you are perfect in the eyes of the Most High. And you have done a hell of a lot of work. You have adhered to your assignments. You may not have gotten all A's on the assignment, but the fact that you took on the assignment, the fact that you put the effort, Eight of Pentacles, into your assignments, the fact that you gave your all to those assignments, hence is why you were wounded in the first place, you have to care. Cancerian energy. You got to care. And that has been shown throughout and throughout the fact that you got hurt. You get what I'm saying? It's like we can do things half-ass, or we can just do things, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't hurt us, then clearly we didn't fully open up our heart to that situation, or that lesson, or that person, or that place. It is only when you care that you can, it's clear. You know, when you get hurt, you're actually hurt because you cared. And like I mentioned in Taurus's reading as well, because Taurus does deal with this Eight of Pentacles. I mentioned in Taurus's reading how you did not allow this situation and everything you've gone through to make you evil, angry, bitter. It's like you were hurt, but you, like Leo's reading, you, or maybe Cancer's reading, you turned all of your pain and rejection into power and triumph. You saw the lesson, you allow that to build and mold your ethics, your morals, your beliefs. You implemented Gemini energy. You use that knowledge and you incorporate it into wisdom, meaning you implemented what you have learned. You didn't just, oh, I went through this and then went on to another situation and then kept repeating it. You literally were able to recognize the patterns. You were detail oriented. This is what was developed. You became critical. You have become a Judge Judy. You have just I don't know, it's I kind of want to cry again. It's hearing death before dishonor. It's like you took the death route before dishonor. And when we talk about generational curses and generational karmas and being the one to break that, being chosen to break that, not everyone is that. You know, that requires you to be a black crow, the family black sheep, and everything that comes with it. Many are called, but few are chosen. Many people think that they are chosen, but they literally conform. They literally are the favorite. They literally have so many friends. They literally strive for money, opportunity. They don't have it hard. And if it becomes hard, they do everything they can to avoid it hard. When many are called and those few that are chosen, it's because it's been hard for them. Many people do everything they can to avoid that hardness, that hard knock life. And it's like it's like these is like all your assignments just, I can definitely say you've passed with C's, B's, and A's, right? And back to the Taurus thing, you didn't allow that to change you. You didn't hold on to that grudge, you didn't tap into Taurus's energy and then tap into Scorpio's energy where it became low vibrational. You chose love every time. You chose to get back up. You chose to care each and every time. Even when you knew you were going into a situation, especially with this High Priestess energy, you knew you were going into a situation that you were going to get hurt. You knew it. And it's like you went into it with a smile. You went into it like, all right, so be it. You know, if you had to repeat lessons, because sometimes that's what happens, especially if you have retrogrades in your chart, and I could tell you for one. But it's like if you especially have retrogrades, but it's not limited to, it's like you've already been there, done that. You've already dealt with this certain type of energy, but you were called to do it again. Meaning this is double pain. Again. Reopening is like getting stitches, and then them stitches is you get cut again in the same spot. Cut, like you did this. You did this. All in the name of mastery, perfection, Virgo energy, details. You retook the same test over. You heard the same things over and over. Heard it all before, Sunshine Anderson vibes. You've dealt with the same type of people in different bodies, different faces, different looks, with the same type of spirit, same type of energy in different people. You continuously sacrificed yourself, like that cow in the Egyptian Egyptian tarot deck I have, the hangman with the cow. You repeatedly underwent initiation, trials and tribulations, and then you got right back up. You had your moments as expected. You've gone without. You've gone with breadcrumbs, just like I mentioned in Taurus's reading. And, you know, like I said, yeah, you've gone without or just with the bare minimum, the absolute bare minimum. And instead of allowing your opposite Pisces to overtake you and allow addiction, promiscuity or whatever, hopelessness, you still found the beauty in the lesson. Health issues, unrequited love, no money, being overlooked, hidden, gaslit, unwelcomed, talked about, misunderstood, put last. Labeled. You've been alone, isolated, some of you. Take what fits for you. Not everybody has gone through every single thing I'm mentioning all at once or whatever have you, but there are some who have. You have been alone. You've been abused, neglected, abandoned, cursed. And it's like your heart is still open. You've bended. You've even probably been broken. And you somehow fix yourself back up, prepared and ready for more if that's what was called or required. Whether you were consciously aware or unconsciously aware of it, you were doing this. You went into situations blind. You went into situations you didn't understand. You've sacrificed, you've let go of jobs, you've let go of people. You've done erratic and delusional things, what most people would call. You've gained and mustered up the strength where there was none. There was no reason for you to continue in a logical sense. You've forgiven people who never asked for forgiveness. You've apologized to people who owed you an apology. You have loved those who never loved you and had no intention of loving you. You have given healing to people who have done nothing but fed back toxicity or bit the hand that, was healing them. You have fed people who watched you starve. You have given your last to people who had more than you. You have done things in the dark. When no one was watching, and that's what counts the most. You have helped homeless people, people with less than, in the dark, when no one was watching and where you were not going to get some type of public reward or praise, glory, and honor. You have cried, you have pleaded, you have begged, you have prayed. You have continuously talked to energies, spirits, frequencies, and vibrations that do not have a physical form, trusting and believing that they were there. You have received, you've sought out the truth. You didn't overlook messages, synchronicities, downloads, intuitive nudges. You've adhered and answered to everything. You've even cussed us out. But even in that, it shows that you care. You have even been real with your ancestors. You've been real with God, higher powers, angels watching over you. Even if that meant you've cussed us out, said some things, threatened us. But even in that, that is what real family is about. Like, that's how you know you truly love us, love this journey. Like, you don't get like that unless you care. You have showed the good, the bad, and the ugly even to us. You have showed fearlessness in the face of us. If you were mad, you said that and expressed it how you did, but we also recognized and seen and heard you apologizing thereafter. You have called on us in times of need. You have called on us in times of joy. It was never one-sided. You've questioned the integrity of the unseen forces and the unknown plan, but you still followed anyway. You have gone with the flow even when you didn't want to. And for that, you will be receiving everything that it is you always desired, you've always wanted, you've always deserved, you've always needed. You'll be receiving everything that was blocked to you, restricted, limited, held back. You will be put first. And everything from your past and everything it is that you have gone through it's going to be erased. You will be so out of touch with this version of you, this life. What you've gone through, everything is going to be washed away. There will be no trace of this. If you try to look back, you won't even remember or recall. You are beloved. It says divine time to tap, divine time for an energy shift, tap into feminine energy. You will receive. You've been gifted with clear sentience. Libra energy, justice. You are the Empress or the Emperor, respectively. But this is your justice here with this Libra energy. We have Leo's reading, Leo energy. Remember, I was getting a prophecy has come to pass. I was getting speechless energy. I would watch the Leo reading. You are the divine sun child. Any shackles, Capricorn, worldly energies have been released from you in the reverse. And burn sage in the air. What you do in the dark will always be judged in the light simply because you are chosen. What you do in the dark will always be judged in the light, Leo energy. Judgment is Libra energy. Why? Because you are chosen. You can get through with clairsentience. So this is those who are clairsentient are experiencing awareness of other people's emotional energy through subtle cues like body language, facial expression, tone of voice, and energy. So much so that they can feel what the other person is feeling as if it was happening to them. Clairsentience translates to clear feeling. This is, again, a person who is able to tap into the emotional energy of others and receive clear psychic messages. High Priestess, Ace of Swords, Ten of Cups, and this is your gift with the Ace of Pentacles, Empress, or Emperor, respectively. You have passed judgment. New cycle is here as I split the deck. We have Yoni stem, which reminds me of the moon, but it also reminds me of the feminine birth canal, obviously, right? But there's a lot of karma within that, you know, women, they have karma there. So Yoni stem lets me know that that has been released as well, cleared up, soul ties, in other words, sexual soul ties. You are being watched is here. The block is hot indeed. It's a celebration, it's a graduation here. Fuckery has been casted. Or the block is hot for those who put out that energy there. Stop comparing yourself to others. We have Scorpio energy. Death to all of this. Death to the fuckery that's been casted. Death to comparing yourself to others. Death to your block, your path being lit up. In terms of attacks, the block is hot usually means, you know, cops are around, drama, BS. That's like that's like the Chariot with the Eight of Swords energy. Spiritual jail, in other words, or the threat of it. Ascension symptoms. And Libra energy as I split the deck.